Welcome to the fourth episode of the Conscious 500 podcast. My name is Mark van Heijden, and I'm so grateful that you're listening to another episode of our beautiful podcast. Today, we're going to tune into harmony. And this is one of my favorite topics in general in life, so I'm really looking forward to share everything that I've learned that I hope will bring the most value to you as a leader that's listening to this podcast. If you haven't heard the previous episode or the one before, I will briefly explain what this is all about. So within Conscious 500, we have three growth pillars called alignment, harmony, and abundance, aka AHA. And this AHA formula is something that we map into our experiences. So every quarter, we go in the first month into alignment, then to harmony, then to abundance. And what does it mean to go into? Well, every session we do is focused on learning as much as we can about that and also embodying it into our daily leadership practices. So harmony is obviously connected to music and sound. And if you look at the foundations of music and where it comes from, there are basically two sides of the spectrum. So on one side you have harmony, and on the other side you have dissonance. So it's also resonance, dissonance. And if something is in dissonant, there's also the dissonant notes, then it feels, it just doesn't feel so comfortable. Usually for the ear, it's not so nice. It can be a metaphor also of somebody's playing a guitar, and if the guitar is not tuned, it's out of tune. It doesn't feel good for our ears. So when we actually tune into a specific frequency, for example, with music 440 or 432 hertz, then it's super pleasant for the ear to hear it. And from there, we can create harmony with all different kinds of notes and instruments and people. And if you map that onto the business world, then it's a beautiful metaphor to create harmony in the workspace. So how can we create harmony within the workspace? Well, you can see yourself as an instrument. Your voice is an instrument. And if you take care of yourself, your voice, you nurture yourself, and you speak with a beautiful voice of clarity, understanding, you speak from love, you make sure that your people are fully hearing you. You're not half looking away, but you're fully here. You look them into the eye and you share what you want to share as part of this symphony, the co-creation you want to bring together in the workspace. And then from you as an instrument that is fully tuned, you connect to the other instruments. And sometimes it's maybe one person or 5 or 10,000 people if you give a big speech as a leader, for example. And then it's your job to create that harmony. And harmony is a metaphor also for relationships. So creating harmonious relationships, first of all, the relationship with yourself, so you can harmonize how you feel from within. And the more you harmonize with yourself and you start to love yourself more and more, then you radiate that out to the others. And you can see it also if you see a real band playing, and they are in the zone, they're enjoying, the instruments are tuned perfectly, they're all smiling, and it almost feels like they're not even doing it while thinking about it, because they're so locked in, they're so in tune, they're so enjoying, it's fully coming from this vibration of love, which is what we stand for with Conscious 500. So it is that state of love in the map of David Hawkins, 500 equals love in the map of consciousness. So what you can do as a leader and what we practice within a network is we learn how to harmonize different parts in our leadership journey. And sometimes it can mean that a way of doing business or a specific project is out of harmony or there is some dissonance. And what you can do then is you start to bring that into the awareness and create space for it. So maybe there is another instrument that we want to bring to the table. Maybe we should play in a different key, or maybe we should play at a different venue maybe we shouldn't play. We should actually take some time to go into the studio and really build this product first before we launch it. And this is something that I've seen work amazingly well in our network and in every encounter I had around leadership where we talk about harmony. So to bring it to the ground and make it super practical, one beautiful example that we experienced within Conscious 500 is that one of our members shared about how he created global partnerships with really big corporates. It was a mindfulness app where the two people that were involved are both members of Conscious 500. And we had a private circle within our network where we spoke about harmonious relationships in business. And one of the key insights that came from that is that the relationship itself between these two people in this example is the number one thing that's most important. It's more important than the actual business deal that gets done or not. Why? Because we are here as humans to connect with each other, to share our truth, to learn how it is to be a human, to learn how it is to create, to co-create. And you are not your company. You are not your business. You are you. And if you represent a business and you are building a relationship only for the business, then the chances are quite big that that relationship will not work out in the best way. If you build a relationship with people in business because you truly feel that this is a relationship worth building beyond the labels, beyond what's on the sweater, beyond what's on the hat, but you truly want to co-create with these people, that's how the real big things get done. That's how this one member from our network created not one, but multiple global partnerships with some of the biggest companies in the world. And it was so beautiful because in that session, one of the members who is a client from this man that was speaking about it, they were both in the room, and I asked the question, like, how was it to be his client? And then the woman from this big corporate said that she would name her child after him. And that was her truth. So it was an example of how beautiful it can be when you are really creating these business relationships from a harmonious perspective, where people can actually count on you, where they can trust you, where there is transparency, there is nothing to hide. It's just clear what the value is that you want to offer and that the other company or party or person can get in return, and vice versa. That's why agreements are so important, and having something tangible to talk about and meet each other. That's this harmony. Is like an agreement about a business deal is something that you could compare with the notes of writing a song. And the more love you pour into writing that song with these beautiful notes and lyrics, same as this agreement, the more love you put into this agreement, the higher the results will be, because people feel that vibration. They feel that you really care. And that's what harmony is all about. So I love to end this episode. I was so thinking about love so much because I really enjoy speaking about harmony and listening to it and learning more about it as well. So I want to thank you again for listening to another episode of Conscious 500. The next episode, we're going to move into abundance. So from alignment to harmony, next one is abundance. Looking forward to that one and to see you there as well. I would really love to thank you again for listening. Please follow us on the channels, Instagram, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to the podcast if you haven't. And if you want to spread the word about it and tell more people about it, I would really, really appreciate that as well. With that being said, I wish you a beautiful, harmonious day, and I hope this will inspire you today as a leader to fully love harmony as much as I do. So, if anything from this episode resonates with you as a leader, and it can be a C-level executive, a founder of a startup or scale-up, or a solo founder that really is enthusiastic about bringing well-being and holistic practices into the workspace, and you really feel that you are a conscious leader and you want to connect with some of the most amazing conscious leaders in the world, then my invitation to you is to apply. Please go to our website, conscious500.com/membership to learn all about it. And I'm looking forward to see you soon. And let's elevate business for good together.